going to be riding from Perth in Scotland down through England and France, leave the safety of Europe into Turkey, into unknown deserts of Iran, scary Pakistan, India, the Himalayas and Nepal. Burma doesn't allow foreign motorbikes, so I'll have to fly to Thailand before turning south to Australia, riding across the top end during the wet season and finishing the adventure of a lifetime back home in Perth. Hello from beautiful Greece. We come down through Albania yesterday, which was interesting, and in one day basically from Montenegro through Albania, through some off-road sections as well, which were quite interesting. And that was the main road between Greece and Albania. I've said goodbye. I met a friend, Wolfgang from Austria. I've said goodbye to him this morning. He's headed west. He's going to sit by the beach for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to head east now. I'm going to head to Istanbul. And I have to be there before Sunday if I can, because Monday I want to be at the Iranian embassy to hopefully get my visa if they're going to let me into the country. So I'll be there, all being well. I'll be there the day after tomorrow, and take it from there into Iran and Pakistan. The past few days have simply flown by. I've ridden straight through Greece and I've crossed into Turkey. I'm now really settled into the trip. I've become more relaxed. I'm worrying less about work and family, the mortgage and the bills at home. I'm now really getting into the adventure spirit at last. Since leaving Paris, I haven't seen so much traffic in the one place. Istanbul has 14 million people and it feels like half of them are heading out for today. And I found myself in many lanes of madness at times. Yesterday at the border, I had to get a Turkish visa, pay bike insurance and buy a plastic toll road payment card thing. The guy who sold it to me said I'd have enough credit to get all the way across Turkey, but when I get to the third or fourth toll station, it stops working. I'm not sure what to do, and I don't understand the language, but I've got an impatient queue behind me. I do the only thing I can think of, just go and hope I don't get arrested. I've taken a few wrong turns, but finally I get to a place near where I think I should be. This is a relief as the GPS wasn't working properly. So I just stopped to catch my breath and plan the next move. Well, hello to the centre of old Istanbul. There's a wonderful mosque behind me, which I don't know what it's called, but anyway. These people behind me don't know just how much of a legend I am actually getting here without killing someone, myself, or crashing. Traffic here is just mental, absolutely mental, and my sat-nav tries to send me 4 or 5 different ways at the same time. So you come up to a junction, it's not like one exit, it's like 5, and you can't make it at once, you end up in round circles. Anyway, I'm pretty close now to where I think I should be, so hopefully I'll make it. Isn't it pretty? I had to, this is a little cheap hotel, it was only €50 and it's in the old Istanbul and it's near all the mosques and all that kind of shit. And maybe €50, that's kind of proxy really, but the actual view of the room, look at this, look at that. Isn't that cool? And that's the, is that the Blue Mosque? I'm not sure, and there's another one there. But more important than that is actually, there's a hostel next door. They've actually got a nice bar upstairs and it looks at the same view, so I think I'll go there for a beer. Welcome to Istanbul. This place is fucking mental. I'm trying to find the Iranian embassy and I know it's up this area somewhere. It doesn't help, I get no fucking idea where I'm going, but anyway, I've got to get there before 2 because just got to get there, hopefully. Well, I found the embassy and it's fucking shut. 8:30 to 11:30 and it's now 12:30, so I'm back until tomorrow. I need to come back tomorrow. Guy opened the door and went, "No, I'll come back tomorrow." So next day, I leave my visa application at the embassy, and since it takes a few days to process, I've decided to take a trip to a place that many Australians know by name so well. This is the Straits of the Dardanelles, or more simply known to most as the Gallipoli Peninsula. The ferry crosses the straits between Gallipoli in the north and Çanakkale in the south. Hello from southwest Turkey. This is Çanakkale, I think it's pronounced correctly. I'm just heading on the ferry here across to the other part of the mainland where I'm going up to Gallipoli. This small ferry reminds me of the ones which run between the islands in Scotland. Boat there, no, he's probably heading to Istanbul, because this is the main channel that you go through to get to Istanbul, obviously. And this is a ferry which is going sort of that way, and he's going that way, and it's impending doom. It's the Titanic 3 now. Let's wonder if we get through before this guy does. I'm sure they know what they're doing. Well, it looks as if this guy in the big ship's going to win. This strait is where any ship heading for Istanbul, or even the Black Sea, or even Russia, must pass through. Don't you find it amazing that so much of the world looks just like Scotland? No? I think so. Yeah, coming down this coast yesterday, it was like driving down Loch Fyne. This side of the strait is not as nice as Çanakkale. In fact, it can be a little bit shabby. Here are some signs that Australians would recognise. Just 20 kilometres down the coast takes me to a place that's famous for all the wrong reasons. Gallipoli might not be so well known in the UK or America, but in Australia everyone knows the name. Turkey has some beautiful coastline, and this is no exception. This is on the west coast of Turkey, and it's in Gallipoli. And this holds a special place in the hearts of many Australians and New Zealanders, because this is ANZAC Cove. This is a place where in April 1915, thousands of Australian soldiers, the 1st Division, landed here. And they were here for many months without making much headway, and evacuated in December of the same year. Many guys lost their lives here. Strange and eerie place. Beautiful now, but don't know what else to say really. Every time you stop for petrol in Turkey, the attendants must take note of your number plate before they give you petrol. I've already passed through several toll road gates without paying, so I'm hoping the government aren't planning to grab me at the border when I try to leave. I'm heading east again, along the Straits of Dardanelles, aiming for Istanbul and to the Iranian embassy. I'm outside the Iranian embassy and I'm about to go in, and hopefully I've got my visa to get into Iran. I was here on Tuesday and I left and went down to the west coast for a couple of days and come back up. They said 3 days, so hopefully it's there, so that's good. Now, I got my visa. They've decided to let me in, so that's good. Cool, I can go now. I've diverted north towards the Black Sea and stop at a place called Sile. It's a tourist resort, but it's quite empty. There's no one here. I'm not really impressed, so I head south towards the Cappadocia region. I stop at a beautiful place called Göreme. Apparently they've filmed many movies here, including Star Wars, I've been told. For thousands of years they've carved the houses out of the limestone rocks to form caves. Brilliant idea, cool in summer, warm in winter. I don't think they like pumpkin here. They take the seeds out and throw the pumpkins away. It's 5 in the morning, I'm tiptoeing around going, must be quiet, don't waken anyone up. I'm outside here, it's 5:10. And that comes on. I've always wanted to fly in a hot air balloon, so grab the chance while I can. I have to admit, I'm a bit anxious when I get in. But when we leave the ground, all nerves disappear, and I'm suddenly in this magic airship. Absolutely amazing. What a brilliant way to travel. But we have to land now.
Hold on.
The pilot shows off by landing right on top of the trailer.
So, çok sağ ol.
Nearby in a town called Mazi is an unknown underground city. There are loads of other underground caves in the region full of tourists, but this one is still being developed for the public. So this is the way up. That's the way in. And this is me. Get up, sort of there. I'm lucky enough to find someone who'll show me around. This place goes back 2,000 years. This was a time when the locals would use this for shelter from the Romans. I'm not sure, but not many people get to see this, so I feel really privileged. I also realised just how unfit I am and how heavy this bag is. But thing I do for entertainment, isn't that amazing?
Bravo.
Thank you. Just come out, a bit dusty. Not your average tourist event. That was fun. I need a drink. I've left Göreme and going south, but I have a problem. The alarm system has stopped my bike working. I'm sitting having a cup of tea because my bike's fucked. I don't know what to do. Well, I've phoned Manchester and they've told me to take the alarm. I said how do I disable the alarm. This kind man here has given us a cup of tea and stuff, which is good. And I've actually botched the whole thing to take this piece of shit out because it's just driving me nuts. So hopefully I've got the wires right and this is all going to work. Otherwise this is going to be a bit of a mess really. Hope this works. So in theory, if I plug this in, it's not going to explode. Now the magic, will it work? Yes, it worked! Ah, oh, brilliant. That can go in the bin. That's good. That's excellent. That's excellent. Good. Well, thank God for that. I thought I was going to be stuck here all night, so anyway, that's good. Thank you. This is my cameraman. This is Claudio, new Claudio. But anyway, that's good. The bloody thing works. I was shitting myself because I fucked the thing. So that's good. Anyway, I can move on now. I'm heading back towards the Mediterranean again. I'm having some new tyres sent and I need them fitted before I turn towards the east. I'm really not feeling very well as I've had a strange stomach for a few days and I'm really feeling quite weak now. Didn't have a good day yesterday. Got in last night quite late and I went straight to my bed and I've just not been very well, so I'm trying to be positive today and positive vibes. Everything's going to go good today. Everything's going to go good. Let's see. Unfortunately, these tyres that were supposed to be sent down haven't arrived. There was some problems with customs and they're stuck. So I'm hanging around till tomorrow. What I think I'll do today is get rid of some of the luggage, get rid of some of that, and lighten the bike up a little bit, and I might even do an oil change. I think that's probably a good idea. This is a beautiful town called Antalya. It's popular with tourists from Western Europe. I'm going to spend a couple of days here and I'm staying in the old part of the town. Hi, I'm here at the Kirk Residences, it's called, a hotel, beautiful hotel in the old town part of Antalya as it's pronounced, I think. I've been to a few resorts in Europe, holiday places, and this one is special, really, really nice. And, yeah, and the driver's a bit mad as well, but you know, that he's got to reverse up now, what a knob. He nearly hit the car. And the tourist. I've now left the tourist regions and heading to the east side of Turkey and Kurdistan. It's a long, long way and it's very hot. In the middle of a desert, I come across this. What happened? What happened to it?
We come there in the beaches.
Tires, the tires?
Yeah. The motors is muzzled.
Yeah.
The diesel.
Oh, diesel and that?
Yeah.
Oh. What's on board? What's on it?
Yeah.
Do you have more diesel?
Yeah, it's diesel.
As long as it didn't blow up, we'll be alright. I'm a fire engineer and deal with this stuff all the time, so I shouldn't really be this close. I should know better. This is dangerous. These things can explode sometimes. Oh shit. This is quite a remote area and I'm surprised to have a fire truck nearby. In many other parts of the world this would have simply burned for hours. Ah well, that's today's excitement over. So as we get back on the road, eh? This is the last large town before I get to the border with Iran. I've got no idea why it's chucking water on the road. Well, I hope it's water. I guess they don't get many bikes like this here. I'm quite sad to be leaving Turkey now. I've had a great time here. But I'm keen on a new challenge, a new frontier, a new country, a place lots of people tell me I shouldn't go to. Iran.